What is up, YouTube? This is Midwest Reviews here. I'm going to be coming at you with another weed-related video. And this time, it is going to be a life story about the first time I ever smoked weed. Sorry, I thought someone was coming inside, but I don't think someone is. So, hopefully you like the change in view, but this video is going to be really quick because it's really a quick story. So for about 2 months, I researched marijuana and the effects it has and stuff, and I really was interested in trying it, which at 14 I probably shouldn't have, but I did anyway. So I decided to try it, and the first time I ever took the hit of that ganja good was St. Patrick's Day, guys. I don't know the exact date of that. I think it's like March something. Might be like March 13th. I don't know. But St. Patrick's Day was the first time I ever smoked weed, which, a little funny joke. I'll always remember this meme I saw, or this like little like picture I saw on Twitter that was like, I was not wearing green this St. Patrick's Day, but I sure was smoking it. Which was a very true statement because I was smoking it for the first time ever. But yeah, guys, so I started smoking on St. Patrick's Day of 2014. I was a 14-year-old kid, and I basically just was very curious of the plant, of the bud. I don't really know what else to call it, but so I was curious, and I really wanted to try it. And so I called up my sister. I asked her, hey, can you get me some? And she said, yeah. So she's like kind of confused on why I wanted some, and I just told her like it was for a friend, which that's a lie. It was totally for me, but I wanted to try it really bad, which, I mean, there's no problem with it. Like, at that age, that's a little young, okay? 14 is very young to be smoking weed. I've always thought you should always start at 16 or 17 or 18, but I started young, which nothing I can do about it now, no turning back. So yeah, guys, let me get right onto the story. 2 minutes in, I haven't even started telling the story yet. Sorry about that, but so it started off with me buying that bud. I remember the first time I smelled weed, it was just, God, it smelled like something I've never smelled before. I've always heard that it smells like a skunk's asshole and shit like that. And I mean, it's pretty accurate. It does smell like a skunk's asshole in a little bit of a way. But this weed particularly just had this orange, purple, and green hair just all over it. And it was so dank. Like, it was probably the dankest bud I've still seen to this day. Which, of course, that's an understatement considering I watch Custom and Haliosaurus and shit, which they live in legal states. So obviously it's not the dankest bud, but I mean, it was dank for a 14-year-old to never smoked weed before. For this being his first time, my first time smoking weed, like, it was good shit. But so what I did was I looked up how to roll a joint by Wiz Khalifa. I was not a big Wiz fan back then. As I've grown, I've started to like him a little bit more, which honestly still alright. I'm more of a Logic fan, so shout out to all you Logic fans. But so basically I started off with rolling up a joint. It actually was a really good joint because I wrapped a pencil around the joint paper, got it into a perfect circle, and then just packed all the weed in there. Worked great. Perfect circular joint, just like Wiz's joint. I mean, it took like 30 minutes, but still, it was a really good joint. But so I went to the local park by myself. I actually think I smoked, or let me get to that later, but I went into the woods, sat on this log, sparked it up, took my first hit, and just coughed my ass off. Me being the young stoner I am, didn't know shit, so didn't bring water, didn't bring juice, didn't bring soda, nothing. So I was sitting there needing a drink because my mouth was so dry from all the coughing. That's just something that happens to me whenever I smoke. My mouth gets dry from the coughing, not from the weed itself. But so my mouth was so dry. It was literally like my tongue was like drier than the fucking desert. Like, that is not an understatement. Like, if I put my finger on my tongue, it literally felt like my skin. Like, that's how dry that shit was. So after I smoked like half the joint, I put it out, put it back in my container, and went back on my way. Well, obviously, this being my first time, I was not feeling anything 15 minutes in. And so 20 minutes goes by, nothing. 25 minutes goes by, of course, nothing. 30 minutes goes by, nothing. But about 35 minutes in, I shit you not, 35 minutes, because I was keeping complete track. 35 minutes in, I start to kind of get like light. Not like light as in like lightheaded, like dizzy, but almost like if you smoke a cigarette, like if you take a couple puffs off a cigarette, you feel really, 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 really like light and kind of like giggly for like a minute, 2 minutes. And then you just feel like shit. That's with the cigarette. Well, that 1 or 2 minutes when you feel really good, that's what I felt like. And I was like, wow, like this is fucking awesome. And so I sit down on the swings, and as I'm swinging, I'm starting to feel lighter and lighter to a point where I'm like realizing, hey, I'm high as fuck. And I researched it for so many months before, and I was like, you're not supposed to get high your first time, which I wasn't expecting to get high. I was expecting just to kind of like build up my tolerance to a point where when I'm on like my 4th time, I'll go to a friend's house and really get high. But I was just expecting to go, smoke, get my tolerance up a little bit, and go home. But guys, I was high as fuck. Like, I was literally to a point where I was not tripping, not like literally seeing fucking a blue midget fucking a fucking tree in the corner. I was more seeing wavy stuff, and I was more seeing like trees, like almost like they were moving, but they weren't really moving. So what I did was I did bring eye drops, cologne, and mouthwash. So I go back down to the spot, suit up, get all my shit done, and start walking home. Well, guys, this was the sketchiest part of the story. So I'm walking home, I turn my corner, I'm literally a minute away from my house, and I just see a cop turn right, like, let's say I'm this way, he's going, and bink, like, or actually be like, bink, he's like coming at me, right? And I see his headlights, I see his lights on top of his car. They're not on or anything, but I see him coming. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I felt like that he was coming for me, which I was not looking sketchy. I was just wearing a t-shirt and shorts, so I just looked like a casual kid. I was 14, so I just looked like a young-ass kid. So, I mean, he's not going to, like, suspect anything, but my little-ass mind was thinking he's, like, coming for me. Like, he got a complaint that I was high and shit. So what I did, as soon as he passes me, he's still in my sight, I fucking run. Literally, I start running. And I don't know if he saw me or not, but I fucking ran, got back to my house in my room before he even turned around. Even if he did turn around, I was already gone. But it was stupid for me to run, but I don't know. I was just sketched out. So, yeah, guys, that is the first time I ever smoked weed. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you're an old subscriber, welcome back. I'm glad you found my channel. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. If you like my videos, go check out my other video that I just made yesterday. I'll be uploading 2 or 3 times a week, maybe even more. Right now I'm really not busy because of winter break, so look out for some really good videos coming up soon. So if you're watching this, make sure you comment, rate, subscribe. This has been Midwest Reviews. Peace out, guys.